Hi, this is Tracy from New Zealand, and I'm going to be making a Coptic stitch journal. And first off, I had waxed some thread because I didn't have any wax thread, so I literally just used some wax, and it was just a quick, easy way. Actually, and it really made a difference. And here you can see I'm making some signatures. I've got two folios or pages for each signature, and I've made 4 signatures. It's really good to have an even number because then the journal actually opens up and lays nicely flat. Now then I'm just using my good keen eye, and I'm making 5 little marks where I'm going to use my awl to make the holes. And literally, I know people measure, but I literally just see where it goes. So I'm just using an awl. It's well worth getting yourself a good awl. This was a real cheapy one, a couple of dollars at the Dollar Save store. And yeah, so this is my guide. So this page becomes my guide, and then I just go through again and just do those holes again. And you'll see me do that now for all of the signatures, using the guide in the middle and then just with the awl going back through. Yep, it is like watching paint dry. Sorry, I didn't know what to... I did speed up here a little bit, but at the same time it is really helpful to know how to do these things. Of course, do stop and start and have a better look if you're really just learning. But yeah, and you'll notice I put a little piece of tape on the top, and I've placed them all in the same place, and that just helps me line up and keep everything. And you can just see all the holes are all in the same spot. There we go. So now I've got I just do my first signature, and this is just do like a running stitch. I put the string on the outside and with a knot, and you can see that wax thread just goes through really easily, just keeping that tension nice and firm, not overly tight, moving the thread out of the way. Yes, I'm just I know I learnt this through Rakefet Hadar from SoulPages in Israel, and she calls it the dolphin stitch, and I'm sure it has a more technical name, probably under and over. I call it the under and over stitch. But yeah, just going back through, and so then you've got a base, and then I just tied it off. And literally, I think this only took me like 20 minutes to make this journal. I was really surprised, eh? So now this is a little tricky bit, and I'm trying to show it here, but so I've got another signature lined up, and you just literally thread it down, and just make all those stitches nice and firm, pull it all together, and then you open up that new signature and you go back through. So it's almost like a bit of a running stitch, but this is now where you create what creates like a bit of a droplet, but you go through one of the running stitches, or both of them actually, you can see. So you go around that side, you always go in that direction and then through that way, and you create this bit of a loop, and it creates this beautiful little drop, and that's it. And then you go back into the actual same hole again. That's it, and just sort of firm it up. There we go, nice and firm. And then off to the next stitch, and again just put that needle underneath that the running stitch. There we go. And then create that droplet and just pull it through. There we go. I like doing Coptic stitch because everything then goes very flat when you're trying to work on them. We do paintings and create spreads and do collage on them, and they just work really well. So again, you can see that loop happening. Once it seems really complex, but actually once you get it, it's quite quick. And the great thing with this is that you can keep adding more signatures later on when you want to. So I've come to the end there, and you then go, you get another signature. I've been using a clip there too, which you can see. I'm just going to pause. So yeah, here we go again. So this is adding in another signature, and again, and so it basically goes, it's like an old typewriter, you go one way and then go back the other way, so just keep going backwards and forwards. But I do like making those drops go still in that looping stitch around in the same direction. I actually don't know if it matters, so don't worry too much about that. And look, I just do this purely intuitively, and I really suggest you do the same. Make it work for you. Yeah. So you can maybe almost see these little droplets. Almost looks like a chain stitch that you end up with, which is kind of cool. I think I might have sped up the camera here a little bit, so I think then this is the last signature going in again, and you know, sometimes I knot the end, sometimes not, and yeah, that's not very helpful because I'm completely off screen. Never mind, we're doing our best we can. Just a little trick on the length of your string. So you've got the spine of your journal, and just go up and down, up and down. You need about the lengths of, say, 6 or 7 lengths of your journal along the spine, and so that then will mean you've always got the right length of thread. You can easily add in, if you find your thread's not long enough, it doesn't matter, but it's kind of handy to know. So yeah, this is now the final signature being added. You can see how simple. I think the trickiest thing is if you over tighten those droplets, it makes it a little bit harder to put the needle underneath. It's almost like the invisibility journaling session there, but you can just see how it's kind of happening, and you can see these little chain stitches happening along where it's joining all the signatures together. I had pre-prepared the cover for this, and of course it's the best if you actually do your artwork, or you're creating on the cover before you add it in to the package of signatures or the journal. But in this case it's actually for a friend, and so and you know, it's up to her to enjoy doing the journal cover. But I just for demonstration purposes, I did want to put the cover on. You can see I did a little bit of a knot there, backwards and forwards. I think I might have wondered here about where I was going to go to next. If you just want to have a journal just like that, without a cover, see this is the cover, you can see, you could go and do the stitch along the seam again, that running stitch. But because I've got a journal cover here, which I'm just working out how I'm going to do it, I like to give a little bit of clearance too, and they do wrap around the journal too. So off screen I'd put some tape down and I've done the holes, and this just strengthens that spine of the journal. Oh, and it is just off the screen, so I'm really sorry about that. Not very helpful. But again, it's exactly the same process, going along the cover and capturing those little droplets of that chain stitch. I have again had a little clip that holds all the papers together, and that was actually really helpful. So yeah, do just particularly on one end. The only thing I noticed, it did sort of bruise the papers a little bit, so perhaps I could have had a more cushioned peg to have used. Might have been better, but it's all good. So yeah, I used washi tape along that seam, and and here you go. You can see I'm just knotting off, and then I'm actually going to thread it back through, and then I looped it back up and then tied off so that all the threads are all together. I just sort of tidied it off, but again, it's very intuitive. Make it work for you, and you can kind of see that you can add more signatures in there at any stage. So I'm just taking off those. I had little bits of washi tape on each signature just to hold them together so they wouldn't move about. And also it helped me know which way was up, so I put them all in the same place. So here we go. Yeah. So here's just showing how when they open, you get some really some are just open as a clear page, and other than it's got the little bend in it. But when you only put 2 folios in for each signature, you get a lot more sort of pages that are the whole page, but at the same time the journal lies flat. So yeah, very simple and effective, and ready for my friend to create in. Hey, thanks very much. Like and subscribe, and we'll catch up another time. Bye.